Hello, everybody. How are you? We're here with session 11 of Provenance. Yeah, exciting. Um, City of a Thousand Lights. We had pretty interesting last session of Journey. A lot of different challenges to overcome. But as of the last session, we arrived at Port Rumont, the City of a Thousand Lights. During the day, though, the colloquial name doesn't make much sense. But nevertheless, the city is bustling as people walk about. You watched as children were running through the streets, chasing the sky rays. They look like manta rays, but they're flying over the city through the streets. Kethri and Ash set off to the apothecary to look for ingredients to cure Ash's parasitic infection. Mm-hmm. Ignatius and Eris head to the wharf to look for the same, but down by the warehouses. Let's see, Shar heads off to the local fighters guild to assess the pit fighting scene. While Grisura finds a local bard who is busking and telling grand tales in the street through song. And I don't even, is anyone eager to start? I can pick it, I can go anyway. Anyone like, ooh, pick me, I'm first. That's okay. Nice. In that case, let's start with whatever I put first in my notes. Let's see, who would I put first in my notes? Okay. We'll begin with Kethri and Ash. Um, Asking around a little bit for the local apothecary, discovering just such a shop called the Witch's Bind. Um, you enter, you see a lizard folk, femme presenting lizard folk, maybe late 40s. Um, Smooth head, brown eyes, sort of a dirty brown, dirty green kind of scales that blend together nicely. Stands about 5'3" with a regular build, and looks up. Oh, welcome to my shop. How can I help you?
Hi. Um, you wouldn't happen to have any. Oh, my accent's gone. You
Nice.
wouldn't happen to have any cactus juice, would you?
Oh, cactus juice. No, no. We're expecting a shipment in. But nothing yet. It's a bit, rare around these parts, but not unheard of. We try and keep it in stock when we can. Been out a few weeks. Um,
Um, do you do for some reason it's going Australian. Do you do consultations? If I show you something that I'm looking
Balls?
for the cactus juice for,
Uh,
um,
sorry. I could do that. Oh, what's that? A code, and it kind of like wiggles around, sensing like people. And oh, is that oh, what's that bleeding thing called?
shepherd's worm.
Shepherd's worm. Oh, you poor thing. Um, well, you're right. Cactus um juice is part of what you need. Um, Here's the thing. It might have already come into port. I'm expecting a shipment tomorrow. Um,
Okay.
we can make it. I can sell you. I've got, of course, the worm tongue petals for sale over here. Just 10 gold a bundle. Um, Cactus juice. Well, that's a bit more expensive, of course. It's a bit rare. So you look around. Only 25 gold for some cactus juice. But
Okay.
I mean, there are other options. But I'm not sure. How long have you had that?
Um, looks like have three. I think it's been about a week. Oh, no, no. I started feeling sick around 4 weeks ago, and then it's just got worse, and then it started feeling like it was getting better, and then this popped out around 2 weeks ago.
All right. So they nasty bit of work. Have to be careful. Anything too violent, poison or otherwise, will just make them retract. They retract too far. They just get a bit
Yeah,
too far, and it's dangerous for you. Um,
right.
if you've had it hanging about like that for 2 weeks, you might have realised by now that the dilemma is they have sentience, a bit aware of itself and its surroundings. Have you noticed it peek around towards people?
Um, yeah, but I kind of kept myself a bit. So
Or has it
does it
communicated with
talk?
you? Well, it should. Once it's old enough, it can telepathically speak with the person it's feeding from.
I
Has it
don't
tried
think
to
that
do
it's
that?
tried to do that yet. No.
So you can try this, but you just know that, for what it's worth, I'm not here to judge anyone's morality, but it is a sentient creature you'd be killing. But a parasite, so I understand. However, you can sometimes transfer it to. There's some other creatures that benefit from its presence. It's usually what they infect. Um, Different livestock and such. So,
Oh,
to try and coax it out with a different concoction and get it where it belongs with some livestock and out of your head. Or,
does it? What does it do to the livestock? Does it hurt them?
no, it's beneficial. It sort of becomes a bit of a symbiotic relationship between the two. It actually awakens the animals a little bit, makes them a little more intelligent, a little aware. Not to the point of
Oh,
sentience, mind you, but it helps them just with their survivability.
sure.
Meanwhile, that creature gets to live. And livestock, they don't care none.
Okay.
If you ever see them
Um,
not bothered by flies and other such things, they just don't care.
sure. I just didn't want to be putting the worm in something that it would just immediately kill. But that's not the case, so it's
No,
fine.
no. Well,
Um,
it comes with its own risks trying to coax it out
folks,
instead of.
it
Well, but it's another
could
option.
go up into here.
Right. And I wouldn't. I would stop the process before it ever got to that. Obviously, dead customers are bad for business. I'm sure you want to live. I wouldn't do
Sure.
that to you.
Sure.
But
So you said you're getting in the coconut milk, the coconut
the
juice tomorrow.
cactus juice, what you're
Cactus
looking for.
juice. That was Stephanie.
That's well, it was supposed to be in a few days ago. I haven't heard nothing. There was a shipment, but the warehouse has just been slow these days from the docks.
Okay.
I would say check back in tomorrow and see if it's been delivered.
Okay. Sure. I can do that. Absolutely.
If just so you're aware, the two, and are you two together then, shopping together?
Yes.
Yes.
Lovely,
Yes.
lovely.
I need some things, but
Oh,
you take care of her first.
understood. Well, we could. I'll work up a bit of a breakdown for tomorrow, of
Okay.
what the other option looks like, cost wise. I'll see what I have that can put together to help assist with that,
Okay.
and we'll go from there if that works for you.
That works for me. Thank you.
Wonderful, a pleasure. And you, what is it you're looking for?
Well, do you have, I'm looking for some milkweed seeds.
Oh, right. Oh, there
And
you go.
the, well, why did I get all texted? Oh my God.
Right.
Um,
Milkweed. That's
what is
the
happening
trigger word
tonight?
for Southern accent. Yeah.
Oh my God. Um, hmm, some, oh God, some Quicksilver lichen. Lichen? Is it lichen or lichen?
It's lichen, but you can call it whatever you wish, dear.
Fine. I do know things.
Have no doubt.
Thanks. You. Let me see. She's going like she's kept a list of all of her stuff. So she's let's and then just like one more warden tongue petal.
Sure. Right, well, you'll find the worm tongue petals are over here in the poisons. And points to like a whole, like a slanted shelf, it's gonna tip back so the boxes can go in. Like a produce section. Uh, over there, your milk, was it milkweed seeds? No, what was the other thing? It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Milkweed, seeds, the quicksilver, and the worm tongue.
Alright, well, quicksilver, you're looking around 35 gold pieces for use. But they're pretty rare, so uncommon around these parts at least. So 35 gold pieces, that's for use. I have to sell everything per use. Each bundle is good enough for use. Milkweed seeds, well, you just the 15 gold pieces. They're not that rare. And the quicksilver, what was the third one? I'm so sorry. Another worm tongue.
Worm tongue.
And those
Just
are
one.
just 10. In fact, if you're buying all free, I'll throw a worm tongue petal in for free. $10 gold discount for you.
That's so nice of you.
Hey, lovely
I'll
customer.
do it. Yeah. I'll do it. That's doing math in my head. 60?
Right, 15 and it was 15 in the quicksilver, right? So 50, just 50 now because she took the 10 off. It was 60, but she's taking the 10 off for that.
Gotcha.
50 gold pieces. We'll put a square.
Takes out the 50 gold, hands it over.
Gold free. Bundles it all up in like that loose crunchy paper. There you are.
Thank you so much.
Anything else I can help you with? We have our enchantments over here, enchantment based products. It shows you like all the other stuff. The rare things here, Cosmos Gland, and Tail Leaf, which is extremely rare. 190 gold pieces. It's marked underneath.
Yeah, no.
Nice. Okay. You see Basilisk Breath here too. Much more expensive than Zone. It's like 175 gold pieces here. I think she sold it for like 50 or something like that, or 70 or something.
No.
Well, pleasure doing business with you all. I hope you enjoy your stay. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll take care of it one way or another.
Thank you. Another question. Do you know of any fortune tellers around here?
We used to have old Maggie, but she passed away about half a year ago, so can't say anyone's been busking or doing the like in the past half year.
All right. Thank you.
Of course. Protect you both.
Bye. As they're walking out, she'll dig through her bag real quick, or as she's like reorganizing her stuff, and she'll pull out the mask that she has been working on, and hands it to Ash. Like, okay, I think this is kind of what you're looking for like the moth thing, but hopefully that helps.
I love it. Thank you so much. And she'll kind of take it and just kind of look at it, and will give you a big hug.
Oh my god! I love hugs.
I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, Catherine. Thank you.
Yeah.
And she'll immediately put it on.
Okay.
Yay, masks.
Nice. This was the moth one. The The moth
Yes.
shape? That's so cool. Nice.
Has a
She's been working on it for like a month.
mine does not have a moth on it.
Oh,
but-
yeah, gotcha. Yeah. But visually for Ash, a beautiful moth covering. I love that. All right. And with that, let's head over to what is next? The Fighters Guild. Shar, you find your way over to what appears to be a relatively large Fighters Guild here. It doesn't seem to be too busy right now, but there are, a couple dozen people that seem to be staying here as you go through the halls and you enter the building to be seen or ask any questions or look around. You see a handful, like maybe 18, dozen and a half, clearly fighters staying here. Is there anything you're looking for here that you want to ask about at the Fighters Guild?
Uh, no, just how the fighters are today and probably signing up.
Okay, about fights and stuff and signing up? All right.
Yeah.
Well, you do find someone comes over and stops you. Human, maybe around early 30s or so. Basque human, mass presenting. He has short, wavy auburn hair and cyan eyes. Very vascular, almost red skin tone. Stands about 5'9", has a pretty athletic build. Oh, welcome. Are you, you look like a fighter. You hear you a member of the guild or looking to sign up?
I am a member.
I bet. Oh, right. Well, you here for this week, for next weekend's, big fight?
I was unaware of a big fight.
Oh, just passing through a fortuitous timing for you. Next, Friday, on the 30th, February 30th, there's a 3-day, all weekend, long weekend tournament being held. We have 1-on-1 matches, 3-on-3, and 6-on-6. You're more than welcome to participate in any and all that you've got a team. Show your prizes and pay.
I don't know if I'll still be here for next weekend.
Well, listen, if you are, there's some pretty interesting fighters coming through, and some interestingly constructed teams as well. I think it'll be worth your time if to maybe hang about. If unless business calls, understand. But here's hoping. And today is a Friday, by the way. It'd be a week from today.
What fighting styles are permitted?
Oh, any and all is really sort of a bit of a no holds barred. We have different ones you can enter. They are just hand to hand strictly. No magic, no weapons, just hand to hand. And then we have all the way up to all out, where you can use whatever you bring. Magic, weapons, you name it. Simulate real battle.
Are there any fights I could participate in today?
None today, but I'm sure if you went around and asked a couple of folks for a bout, they'd give you a round or two. Folks already come in here, about a dozen or so, just for next week's fight.
I should not leave and find someone to fight with her.
Okay. Well, let's go find someone. And they'll go with you if you wish anyway, and they'll definitely find at least a couple people to battle with and spend the efforts. About I think you got here relatively morning-ish, so it's maybe like 12:30 or 1 in the afternoon right now, so you can fight a few people and still be done before evening if you wish. All right. In that case, let's go over to the minstrel with Grisura. They've introduced themselves already. They pause every song or two and introduce themselves as Galabre Elenith, he, him. He's half elf, bard, mass presenting, maybe early mid 70s. He has a short brown mohawk and bright blue eyes. Um, and he has really dark black skin. Stands about 5'8" with a slim build. And he does a few sets. He's, singing some songs about, seems to mostly be adventure-based, Grisura, talking about different, like, wild creatures and different adventures. But does go to take a break for a minute. Thanks, everybody, and thanks you for, watching and patronage. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think Grisura's book out taking notes.
Nice. Okay. We'll pluck a few strings, just like that idle string play while he starts, chatting about the crowd. Um, what brings them all of you here? There's like 3 of you that have stayed as others have cleared. What brings all of you here today? Come around to you. You don't have to answer, but
Yeah, Grisura noses into the book so that they don't have to look up and make eye contact.
nice. Yeah, nice. Okay. All right. He does a few more things and then seems to get ready to pack up. I'll be staying at the Waves, not the Waves Crest, rather. Sorry. I'll be staying at the, and then he mentions the same inn, the Siren's Call. The Siren's Call. Should be performing tonight and tomorrow. Come see me if you wish. Thank you all again. No. I'll make a quick note for Grisura, who probably would have caught that he started talking about some other inn that was not named you when you entered the city. For what that's worth, anyway. Before he packs up and heads into town. Something else. Okay. In that case, we will zip over to the dock. It's afternoon, Ignatius, and Eris, right? Eris isn't here too, but it's about 12:30 or so. You make your way down to the docks. You do find couple notes. The docks are almost entirely empty, save for a few smaller ships that look like they're not meant for, going out too far. The docks have a lot of cargo here today, like there was just recently a shipment. Something that stands out among all the sealed crates are pallets with these large crystal gems, stacked up here and there. Some just a single giant crystal gem sits on a pallet. You do see a building for the dockmaster if you want to check in there. To maybe a place to start. Or if you have something else you want to check down here, let me know.
After taking a little bit of a look on the crystal gems, he'll head for the dockmaster's office.
Nice. All right, Eris postures. Oh, maybe it's this dockmaster. Maybe they've changed since last time I was here. Seems to be a different one than the one that Eris knew. There's a dark gnome, standing about 5'3", very strong, bulky build, with some salt and pepper hair behind the desk. Welcome all. What brings you down here?
Greetings. Yes. We're just passing through. Going to be going on a little bit of a trip to the Isles, but in the meantime, was looking for some a particular some particular items that might be a little bit exotic to this area, so we figured stopping in at the warehouse where things are stored might be a good place to look to see if there's any availability there. Looks like you just got shipments in, or is this normally this empty?
Well, we got shipments in last night. Well, you sort of caught the city in a bit of a lull. Most of the local ships here, well, they're mostly fishing folk. They've all departed for their winter fishing season, about 2.5, 3 months out at sea. That's
Oh,
why we're so empty. We had a couple ships last night that delivered some goods, including the crystals. Let me give you a bit
I
of a
saw
break.
them.
Oh,
Yeah, what are they? What are they about? They're quite exotic, interesting looking.
they are. Oh, let me tell you. I'm terribly sorry. My name is Frank Greslin. It's a pleasure. Just to shake both your hands.
All right,
Let
we'll
me take
return.
a step back, tell you a little bit here about Reese Isles and Port Roumont. Um, the islands nearby Reese Isles are known to have well, gold deposits, rare gems, and a special type of crystal gem like the ones you saw on the wharf. Um, and at night you'll see them around the city. They've been discovered there some time ago. Now, the crystal gems can be charged with a little bit of magic each week, and they produce these striking, brilliant colors when activated at night. Very low cost, light source, and the city makes its selling point by equipping them around the entirety of the city in spectacle. If this must be your first day here, if you see them tonight, you'll know. I mean, the whole city lights up.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
you'll see it from
Looking forward to seeing that. Yeah.
oh, it is beautiful. Not much else for the crystals figured out yet in the couple decades we've known about them, but low energy lighting is
Comes in quite handy. Saves,
hmm,
yeah, saves a lot of effort and time keeping things lit up.
close. And well, the crystal deposits are common. The gold and precious gems are a bit more rare and difficult to
Oh,
find.
obviously, yeah.
Still, though, many still stake their claims to mines on the Isles, trying to strike it rich air, and some have been successful. Hence the new folks coming in. Of course, it's also invited its fair share of piracy on the seas around Reese Isles, at least in the last decade or so. Um,
Yeah, where there's money, there's going to be those who want it cheaply.
But you said you're looking to head out towards Reese Isles. Let me warn you. Not warn you, but as you can see, not many ships right now. But there's a few smaller ships you might find down dock that can sail to the Isles, but I would only trust them in good weather. Um, I noticed that the sailors left to sail those small ships are like the backups to the backups. Um, Most of them, I think, just new hires meant to fill in the shoes of those who are out to sea right now. So I can't speak for their aptitude. Though it's my understanding that at least the price is cheap. There is one proper rig that can handle the open sea, but the captain is currently in jail.
Oh no.
Got arrested a few days ago, picking a fight. As I understand it.
But
Little unlike the captain, but
well, the captain, yeah. A sailor? No.
right, right. So you down here looking for what again?
uh, Particularly something that we have a need for our group. It's rather exotic. That's why I figured, cactus juice.
This is a bit of a rare. Well, I checked some in last night. Um, it's due to the local apothecary. And you see him pause and kind of like assess the two of you to see if he should proffer any deal where maybe not all of it makes it, you know? Let me, oh my gosh, I have my dice out. Let me just see if he feels like he. Alright, higher than a 10, and he will. Okay. It's a handsome bundle. I don't think it would hurt if just one fell out of great. But yeah, price is
Oh,
right.
I don't. Hmm. It's a tempting offer, but rather, being new in town, I'd rather keep things on the above the table, so to speak. But I do, appreciate the and you're, no worries about that. But I had a thought. The who is it's this is destined for the local apothecary, I take it.
Right, yeah, the Witch's Bind. It's called, run by a nice woman named Kapesk.
Well, me and my partner here, my companion here, would be more than happy to free you from the woes of delivering that particular container of cactus juice, and maybe the proprietor will see fit to give us a small discounted price for our services.
All right.
Is that something that would maybe normally done, or would that be looked upon unfavorably?
Well, not typically, as there's always a question if you'll make it there or not. But if you'll integrity-wise, if you'll walk away with it or deliver, but go make a persuasion check as you kind of offer that, and you've already shown integrity of not
Okay.
buy one.
I will use a luck.
Okay. Nice.
It was a 1.
Oh no.
All right, 9.
9. Hmm. Oh, I'm so I don't mind if one goes missing. It won't hurt them. Won't hurt anyone. I don't think. But I understand if someone new comes in and they say, "Oh, I'll deliver it," they could just walk off. Um, Unfortunately, I can't do that, friend. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
If you were to speak with them and get a signed okay from them, I'd have no problem.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough.
That way,
Uh,
onus is on them.
you know what? Thank you for your kind consideration on this, and I
Of
understand that
course.
someone working at a docks in a port is not the most luxurious nor fame-worthy profession.
Very true, friend.
And I'll tip him just for show of good faith. I'll tip him a gold piece
You're too kind. You're
for
too...
your honesty, sir. Sort of
Thank
ironic,
you.
but for your honesty.
Thank you. Well, I'll just add then, I think, for a kind soul such as yourself, um, if you're looking to make the open oils, I would be a little careful with considering the folks down the dock. They're all, I can't speak for any of them, they're all new to the city, doing their work down there. Captain in jail is a good bloke. He is. I think he just picked a fight with the wrong person.
What would his name be?
Well, it's Captain
Skip.
down here. It's Captain. Let's see. Oh, Cedric Caskbow.
How do you spell Sedge?
Yeah, Cedric, and then Caskbow. As long as they have a bit of
Okay,
bail on his head.
seeing as he is the small pickings of good crews and good captains, I think it might be worth maybe helping the good captain out with his predicament.
least a conversation, I think will do right. Got this proper ship too, so. All right, friend, will you bring me that notice from the shopkeep, and I'll hand that crate right over to you.
Thank you.
Oops.
Good day.
Indeed. Eris, just the two of you head back up. I mean, just to sort of fast forward that, you know what? Let's say that by the time you finish that and you're walking back, let me see who you run into, whether it's Grisura or the other two. That is Kethri and Ash. You'll kind of run into on your way up to that storefront. They've left and are in the streets there, and the four of you meet up.
Hey, I think I know how you made out. Let me make a bold prediction. The store owner didn't have any, but they're expecting a shipment.
Correct.
You know something.
Indeed, I do.
Ooh.
I know exactly where the shipment is. It's sitting in the warehouse on the docks.
Oh, so they'll
And he
get
left
to
it
them
there?
tomorrow.
Yeah, he wouldn't just. I mean, he wouldn't just let me. Obviously, being a new person in town, he's not just going to hand over, some exotic goods to a total stranger. So,
Well, but
but
he's going to give it to the store, right?
yes. Do you think it's worth our while to go talk to the storekeep and offer our services for delivery? Maybe they'll get a discount.
Yes.
Um,
I like discounts.
I mean, sure. I figure that, they probably have people for that, don't they?
But discounts.
If they give a discount, but it's worth a shot.
Can't
Sure,
hurt to
I
ask,
guess.
I would think, yeah.
I mean, look at it this way. If we get it now, I can start doing something, and then you could probably have that thing out of your nose like by the end of today instead of like the end of tomorrow. I'm really good at mixing stuff together, but I just need it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Ash will get out her broom and start riding her broom.
Like
Like with the group, but just to get
Okay.
off her feet.
Gotcha. All right. The four of you head back to the place, and Kapeska's in there.
It's us again.
Welcome back. So soon.
We have a friend.
Welcome, friends. Come on in. What can I do for all of you?
Uh, my name's Ignatius, by the way.
Oh, pleasure. My name's
This is
Kapeska.
Eris. Yes. Um,
Pleasure.
as you can tell, we are quite interested in obtaining this ingredient for our friend. Very near and dear. So
Oh.
my friend and I went down to the warehouse to see if perhaps they had any of this cactus juice. And turns out, I think they have your order, in the warehouse.
Oh, good. That's all right.
We were wondering, would you like some expedited service? Is there anything else?
Maybe.
I mean, one favor begets another, We're a very capable group, and we could ensure the safe and delivery of your materials
Right.
in an expedited manner.
I can
And
see
I
working
understand.
something out.
Yeah, I understand from the dockmaster, a lot of the seafaring people are out to sea on a months long fishing trip. So
Aye.
help may be a little scarce. So
Aye. It is. It is. All right. I mean, I could probably offer you a bit of a discount if you look. Well, or your friend has already purchased what's needed to eliminate this. However, I was telling them that it's not just it has some sentience, and that there was
Oh.
another option. Idea. They can kind of cover some of the things that it does as it gets older. But it can be coaxed away and into just some livestock where it belongs, which might involve other components here. Those I could certainly give you a discount on if you're going that route. I suppose it depends on the young lady.
Indeed.
Gesturing to Ash. Have you landed on a preference yet, miss?
Well, it's been a whole of, 20 minutes since I was given the choice.
No pressure, ma'am. Just figured
Oh
I'd
no, I
hang on.
don't really know yet. I don't really know yet. I need some time to think about it. But I don't really know. She kind of looks at Ignatius. I don't really know where that puts this whole situation of proffer and help. But it's not a decision that I want to make right this moment.
Let me get you a quote on the cost in case that weighs into your decision while you make it.
Okay, sure.
I've got a few things I can offer. So, in order to coax it out, we need ironwood heart. And that's over here, 35 gold pieces at regular cost. And tail leaf. Now that's extremely rare. Regular cost 190 gold pieces. However, I have some tail leaf that's maybe only got a week left on it before it's on, the effectiveness is completely gone. It's about half effective right now. But I've got enough to balance that out. So I could charge you maybe 80 gold instead of 190.
Okay. All right.
On that, just because it's own. And then if you bring me my case and such, I can give you, 10% discount on whatever's left. Of course, you're looking around 115 gold with that. 10% off, 15, 11 and a half. 103 and a half gold. Well, make it 100 gold pieces even. I'll a bit more discount if you can bring those goods to me. If you bring all my crates to me, because I've got 3 others, besides the which one was it? My gosh, the cactus juice. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you're willing to bring them all up, we'll make it 100 even instead of 200 and some it would be otherwise using these older ones that are on the way. Just for your consideration. Otherwise, I can't offer you much of a discount because the sale's been made. I can help by crafting all the goods for you. Though your friend here, just to Guthrie, seem fairly knowledgeable. What we could do together, maybe I could teach you another, a few extra steps in case the way I do it's a bit different, or maybe it's beneficial to you. Is there anything else you have in mind? If there's nothing to buy, I don't want to barter and have you do all this work, and then I can't offer you anything.
Well, my thoughts, yeah, certainly what eventually happens is totally up to Ash. But a couple things. I think it's good to have the ingredient just in case, whatever hurt. We could say, well, no, get the, let you get the items, and then we'll come back and say, oh, somebody bought out all my cactus juice.
Right.
So it's good to have it in hand in case we need it, and have the tincture already mixed and ready to go. Because it sounds like, is this a fairly common thing that happens in these areas? People come down with this shepherd's
It's not
worm?
too common, but if you're out on the road for a while, you're sleeping in the wild, any tall grass sort of thing, you can pick up some different creatures that will carry just the young. A lot of insects carry the young. They get into your system, and then leave it behind. Insects gone, but that's left behind. Um, making sure you have a tent over your bedroll that's got a proper bottom covering, separating you from the ground is important, but not common, but certainly not unheard of either.
I think it's just a prudent thing, good thing to go get the ingredients anyway. And
Alright.
if we need it, if Ash decides to go that route, then we have it. If not, we still have it in case someone else comes down with it.
Perfect. Sounds good.
All right.
Good. All right. And
I
I'll
think
keep
we
it
have a
on.
deal.
Wonderful. And I'll be sure to reaches her hand out to shake your hand. I'll be sure to keep you all in mind should you have any future business with me. See what we can do and keep
Certainly.
that discount going.
Looking to, start off on a good foot here in the port, so
Perfect.
anything we could do.
All right. Well, what you need from me? I'm sure.
Oh, he did say, the dockmaster, that we would need a written sort of permission slip for us to pick up the items.
Writes up a thing, signs it, a little stamp. All right. Now I've made out for all 4 crates. So just be sure you bring them up here. I
No
trust you.
worries.
Noted.
Well,
Okay.
I'll see you
Thanks
shortly.
again. Char.
Thank you.
Okay. And y'all, are you all heading down to the docks so everybody can help carry the 4 of you anyway?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So it's gonna take a little time. You head down to the wharf, you collect that stuff. Grisura, do you have anything you'd like to do after the bard, continues on their way to the further in town? Anything else you'd like to look for? Okay, if not.
Probably a bookstore or
Hmm.
just kind of wander and see if there's any lore, magical, otherwise, just that pulls her in.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you definitely find a bookshop and be able to look around in a few of those places. I'm trying to think of anything that you would pick up on in the city because there is lore here. Let me see. Walking about. I don't think there's anything walking about, but I know if I know Grisura will be keeping her ear out at the taverns and stuff. So there'll probably be things you'll pick up. But probably nothing, otherwise walking through the city. You see a lot of those crystals around. They're not turned on or anything yet, but it's a little weird that there's so many places on these buildings.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see then. All right. By the time you all get to the warehouse and you're returning, I think Shari probably be done. We'll say you had 3 fights. You probably at least one of them would probably be an interesting style, different than your own. And then the other 2 are probably just sort of like street fighting. Like they don't really like have the training. They're pretty easy to outmaneuver and stuff. Strong and athletic and everything else, but no training doesn't match up to like monk training. Rain's style nice. As you are exiting the Fighters Guild, which is just inside the port area, surprise but fortuitous timing. You see your 4 of your friend, your sister and 3 of your friends carrying crates up through the streets.
Oh.
I don't like doing this.
We'll be there soon.
Pretend it's full of yarn.
I'll walk
Ash
up, and
will-
if I hear Catherine saying I don't like this, she'll take the box.
Take Catherine
Oh,
out the box.
thanks.
And Ash?
I mean, I
Ash
can
will
carry
have
like.
her.
Oh, sorry, Catherine. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and finish.
She's saying I
Catherine.
can carry half of it.
Okay, nice. Or you split the loads between Catherine, Char, and Ash.
Ash is going to have her broom, kind of
Oh,
hoisted under it a bit,
Oh.
kind of going along with her.
nice. Nice. Beautiful. All right. So you all make your way up back to the place and you deliver all the goodies. Shar, you find yourself with the 4 of them at the Witch's Bind. And is there any transaction you want to do now that you all are back here? Are you at this point buying those other goodies for the even 100? In case Ash wants to do that, draw it out of her move to thing, or are you waiting on that to see what Ash lands on?
Well, you know, Ignatius will wait to see if anybody says anything. It,
Is it okay? She's talking to the person there.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name again? I'm sorry if you
Oh, it's
said it.
Kapesk. Kapesk.
Okay.
Kapesk.
Capaz, which is better? Because I'm still we're wanting to still purchase these,
Yeah.
just in case. Is it something that can be combined and mixed now and like saved for later, or is it something that needs to be mixed when you're using it?
Well, the beauty of these is it's better to make it sooner and have the
Okay.
concoction. That'll last. There's other ingredients that your friend can speak to that will help preserve it once it's in that concoction. But left just as the ingredients, these only have they have a shelf life, unfortunately. So
Ignatius, are you wanting to get them now or?
from the sounds of it, yeah, that sounds like the right option to do, and have it made now, and that way you have more time to consider your choices.
Okay.
lovely.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd like, Miss, and she looks over to Catherine, you're welcome to use my alchemy station. You can see in the back there's a whole ass alchemy. It's much better than like the travel kit. Like it's got more options. If you like, you can use that bench over there. There's like 2 full stations. If you want to work on the one you intended, then I can work on this other one, and I can show you as well how to make this, as well as sounds like you already know how to
Yes.
make them. Perfect.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's going to cost, again, 100 gold is the discounted price. Just looks
Right.
around for...
Yes,
I try will wordlessly push it across the.
okay. Thank you. Doesn't know how to respond to Shar. Shar's presence, that is. Like looming in the... Right, now come on back here. Yeah, I didn't catch your name, says the Catherine.
Oh, it's Catherine. You could call me Catherine.
Oh, beautiful. Then come on back here, dear. Let's get to work. All right, and it takes it's like an hour and a half for everyone else. Do y'all want to wait
Love
while
it.
Catherine's making that?
In the zone.
Yeah. Mhm.
Actually just kind of wander around outside just to kind of like look around a bit.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah. But stay close.
I think Ignatius would do the same. Just to put a presence outside the store if Grazula or someone else, is looking for us. Basically Grazula, I guess.
Oh.
So they know where we're. If they're walking about town as well, they see where we're at.
Okay. I'll leave that up to you, Grazura, if you want. If you end up by this area, that way you'll see, Ignatius. If not, then it's no problem too. Or you can roll or anything if you're not sure.
Yeah, I'd probably just roll. No, I'm probably sidetracked by some book, some street performer. So I may end
Nice.
up there eventually, but
All right. So you end up using up. So if you have any of those in your inventory, Catherine, you'll have used a cactus juice, 1 use of cactus juice, which is, what was purchased. So
Okay.
the cactus juice.
I didn't even add it.
Oh,
so
okay, perfect. Yeah,
perfect.
purchasing gone. The 1 use of worm tongue petals, which I think you have a few already. 1 use of those is gone. And then purchased and gone is the ironwood heart and the tail leaf. But you now have a potion. I don't know. You can label that whatever you want. Basically, it's oh gosh, what does it do? It helps with stimulate growth, and what's the other one?
Yeah, it does.
And
Oh my god.
and speed. And so there's like you're tantalizing it with it's like feeding it something that it really enjoys, helps it thrive. And so as you're doing that, you're it's like a dropper. It's not like a drain. You know, it's liquid, but you're dropping it. You have to drop it into Ash's nose. It's instructions. Drip, 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 and it'll start coaxing it out. And you need to have livestock. You know, whichever one you're going to do, has also had some of this growth. And then you have to find some sort of way to bridge it, whether a string or something to like coax this thing across into the other creature. And it's a concoction of the growth and speed to make sure it can like move along fast enough to like get over there and survive. Um, or you can be face to face, you know, with livestock, but no one really likes that. So it's usually like a string or something to bridge it, or a piece of wood, something. Shepherds usually. So
Or yarn.
or yarn, yeah. Listen, yeah, you can crochet a little bridge for it, and it'll yeah.
Oh my god, I could.
Mhm.
Yes.
So a little bit of like a ooh, you know, but it would spare it if you do it that way. You've got that potion, whatever you want to call that. Um, and then the other one, again, you can name it whatever you like, but it's a specific poison that it doesn't notice as being poisoned for like 5 rounds, and so it doesn't retract into the skull. By the time it realizes it's being poisoned, because it's sort of a delay and an unnoticed effect, it's already too late for it, and it just dies. Good one.
Okay. I will think about names later, but she will present them like this is the greatest thing she's ever done. Like for validation.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Look what I made.
Eris is
Yay.
excited at a minimum. I don't want to step on anyone else.
Thank
Nobody
you.
reacts.
Thank
It's like, oh damn. But Eris,
Well,
oh,
I didn't know
good.
if Ash was around or she was still outside, so
Oh, she would have found y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Found y'all.
that's exciting.
We
job.
need like a cow
Well,
or
but
whatever.
um, can we wait a bit before can we do that maybe tomorrow? Um,
Why do we
Okay.
need a cow?
well,
Good.
one of the options is that instead of killing it, we can transfer it to another creature. It won't hurt it, it'll help it, supposedly.
And why would we not just kill the parasite?
Because supposedly it's sentient. So it
And
feels
why would we
pain.
not just kill the parasite?
Because I don't know if it means me harm or not.
Processing. Processing.
Doesn't compute.
I'll think about it tonight, and then I will let y'all know first thing tomorrow morning. What I want to do.
Well, you think, and I will also think. I gotta figure out what to name these things because these are just beautiful.
Where are we staying the night?
Good question. The guard told us about 2 inns.
There is,
The Fiddler's or the Fleece Repose.
yes, there was the expensive one. There's a Fleeced Repose, supposed to be like pretty wealthy folks for merchants and all that stuff that comes through. And then the Siren's Call, which is the inn that's it's an officially approved sex workers guild establishment. They operate, you know, you can just rest there too, but they offer sex workers as part of their you can pay for that as an add-on.
There's only 2 in the entire city.
Those are the only 2 that the guard named you, but you can look and see if there's others.
I shall run back into the shop. Hi. I know you've seen a lot of us today, but do you know of any inns around? A guard told us about a really rich one, fancy, and then it told us about the Siren's Call was
Right.
another option. Are there any other options in the city?
Well, sort of. There's the Waves Crest.
The Wise Crest?
The waves, like an ocean
Waves.
wave,
Got
Waves
you.
Crest. But I don't think you'll have much luck there, dear. Sorry, they haven't.
Oh,
I'm not sure what's happening. They just haven't been taking new folks. I don't really know because
interest
I just hear from
interesting.
folks coming through. They turned away. I don't know if they're just really
Oh.
booked.
Oh.
Nothing I really need to look into myself, but you could try
Right.
it. It's a lovely establishment.
That's interesting. Is there anything else going on in town right now as people visiting that
I think
you
there's
would
a.
recommend?
But if you're into fighting at all, it sort of looks at your reserve's not here, but looks at like Shar and Eris, like
Oh yeah.
then there's the
Sure,
Fighters
yeah.
Guild has one of the grander tournaments next weekend,
Oh.
likely to be 40, 50 people attending that in fighting
Oh.
just fighters.
Okay.
Um, oh, I don't know. It's a really slow season with all the everyone out to stay for their winter fish rounds.
Where would you suggest to eat? Are the taverns a good place to go?
Oh boy, there's let's say for taverns, I recommend either there's the Risen Tide, which has some nice food, well prepared, professional in the
Oh,
kitchen. There's
nice.
Shirky's. That's more if you're just looking to get drunk hard and fast. That's down by the docks.
Okay.
It is. Those are the only two taverns I can think of that are operating currently. It's usually
Perfect.
some come and go, unfortunately.
Sure. Excellent. Well, thank you very much again,
Of course,
the Busk.
of course.
Okay. Bye.
Pleasure. Take
Just
care.
bounce out the shop. Get on her broom as she like exits the door, and will relay that information to the rest of the group. So if we want to grab food before we go somewhere, the Risen Tide might be nice. I don't know what's going on with this Waves Crest. She said that they're usually nice, but they've also said that they haven't been accepting people, that they've been turning people away. So it sounds like that might not be an option. But also, I'm kind of interested in what that could be about. But I don't know. And it doesn't seem like there's anything special going on, other than this fighting tournament that's happening next weekend, which I don't know if I'll be here.
After he looks at Shar.
I already heard about the tournament.
Mm.
We can stay an extra week or not. I don't know. You want to stay an extra week?
I
So
want
they'd
to
have
tell the elder as soon as possible about the incoming dangers.
Right.
The Elder's here in the city, right? Or are we just, or is that, no, that's in the next port? That's in the next port that we're going to. No, here.
No.
This port.
That's right. We were in a different port.
Port, yeah,
that
Laren.
we passed by. Laren.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ignatius would be like, well, you know what? After 40 some days, uh, traveling up here and rations and, well, at least Grazula caught some good stuff on the road, but I could really use a good meal. I'll tell you what, I got the meal at the Risen Tide. I
Yeah.
was waiting. I was hoping, Grazula would be here so we can decide again. But, you know,
Oh, sure. Well, we can keep an eye out for him.
okay.
For sure.
Yeah, and the
Okay.
dock master pretty much confirmed what the store owner was saying. All the experienced, i.e., good sailors are out fishing for a couple months. It's their,
Mhm.
I guess, their winter fishing season, and it's going to be most of the sailors we're going to find for hire at this point are going to be young and inexperienced. But the dockmaster did point me to a. I don't know if we would be interested in this. There's one good captain in town left. I don't think he went up for the fishing season because he's in jail currently for
Mhm.
fighting.
Oh,
Just
right.
throwing
We
that
have to
out there.
find a boat. Right.
Yeah, we need to charter a boat, and the pickings are not going to be prime, to say the least. So, just putting that
Mhm.
out there. If we want to consider maybe
You want to
seeing what
try to
the option.
secure him today?
Uh,
What time is it, Dan? Is it in the evening or later or earlier?
It's probably. I mean, it was all early afternoon, so it's probably around 4:30 now. 5.
Okay. Yeah, it might be a little late.
yeah, probably
I want to do that in the morning, maybe.
probably a better idea. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go and grab something to eat. I don't know. Does anyone know where Grisora ran off to?
You can probably walk the streets a little bit and find them. They've been
Yeah.
stopping in shops, but mostly like wandering around and stuff. So
Okay.
Probably
So
around here
we'll,
somewhere.
we'll keep an eye out for him on our way to the Razentad.
okay. Yeah, it's doesn't take too much searching before you find that there's a street performer. You see Grisura probably and stop me if any of this is you want a different Grisura.
I
Just so.
think
Mhm.
I think probably Grisura found kind of a pulp fiction book in Orcish, cost a couple of coppers. So they're sitting in a square, probably in sight of a street performer, but like just reading the book, not a care in the world, completely ignoring the world around them. Probably won't even see you walk up. Just they're reading some adventure book in Orcish.
Nice. Approach Grisura.
Hi,
We're going to get
Dora.
food.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I in your? Oh, hello. Hi. She kind of puts away the book and stands up. I. Where are we going? What's up?
We're getting some food. Are you in?
I'm in. Let's go.
I'm buying.
Oh,
Perfect.
Mm.
Well, in that case,
All right, off to the risen tide.
where's that?
Let's find
This way.
Do they do brawling sometimes?
out. I
Is
don't
that kind of
know.
a place?
I
Okay,
don't
well,
think. I mean, it's a tavern, but I don't think this seemed to be more like, oh, they have a nice chef in the kitchen sort of place than a brawler
why
place.
can't you do both?
Hmm.
Maybe afterwards we could find somewhere that we can get some. You can go and brawl.
Shirky's a person mentioned.
We'll see what happens. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Let's see. So it's winter, so days are short. 4:30 as it is now. 5 is already like zipping past its way. Now we're getting dark, unfortunately. However, perhaps to your delight, I'm going to bring this image up for our viewers. And of course, I shared it a little earlier in our Discord. But the city illuminates brighter than it was in the daytime as the night falls, for they activate all of these well placed, carefully managed crystals that just light up the city with magical colors from oranges to pinks to blues and greens and yellows, purples. There's a whole spread that just even walking the city streets just perfectly illuminates buildings, street sides, the taller structures of the town as well. lights up beautifully. And as you make your way down to the Risen Tide, it's only about, with asking some directions here and there, it's only about 10 minutes on the road of walking before you arrive. The place has like a low to medium murmur. People are talking, but no one's too loud. Everyone's seated. It seems like a not aristocratic by any means restaurant, but somewhere mid-level as far as what you're going to get for food and people adhering to the let's all eat quietly or have a little fun, but nothing. To Reserve's point, it's not like Shirky's where it's a dive. Shirky's is more of a dive bar. It's a little more restaurant kind of tavern.
Perfect.
Uh, sorry, little
You okay over there, Kasora?
Oh, sorry, thank you. Would you mind?
Yeah, let's
I just
have
want to make sure it's
some
the right thing.
food.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're all there's like a waiting area where your host will come get you. There's, what is this? It's like a franchised restaurant.
Ash loves this.
Hello and welcome, half-elf gentleman, slick back, black, coal black hair. Thank you very much. That approaches. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Risen Tide. I'm party of 6.
Indeed.
Correct.
Upright this walks into the back area of the dining room.
Artie's a bit of an exaggeration.
Kind of walking between like servers passing by and other stuff. And there's a nice booth. There's several booths along the back wall here, and this one has room for like 3 in the back and like 2 on either side. Just a little extra room to be comfy. Please, will you let's see. Oh, I believe your server will be with you shortly, and they're passing out little menus to everybody.
Oh.
Can I start any of you with a drink, though?
Hope so.
You'll find some options between ale, spirits, or wine on this page. It kind of goes to each of you.
I will take whatever alcoholic drink you recommend.
Lovely.
As long as it's, well, yeah. Just keep it below like 50 gold.
Oh, of course. Yes, yes. I would recommend this. It's the daily special as far as mixed drinks goes. It's a bit of a
Perfect.
fruity swirl there. But very potent, quite delicious.
Sounds great.
Passes out, drinks, what everyone wants. You can look through the menus. There's, of course, fresh seafood. They've got, some. It's kind of like a surf and turf kind of shop. There's plenty of livestock, outside of town on the inner side of the port city. But you're all able to get, hearty meals. Whether you want snacks or appetizers, is everyone just kind of loading up for a nice, tasty meal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, good. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll just sort of set that. Say they come out. A server comes out named Renee. Seems to be. Gosh, no, tieflings are too rare here. Gnome server named Renee, and she gets you all your stuff. Really good, topping off drinks, everything else. And you guys are set up for a nice evening here in the restaurant. If there's anything you want to role play out or chat about or anything.
I should want to ask Renee a question before she leaves.
Oh yes, ma'am. How can I help you?
Hi.
Yes.
Could you tell me, we noticed coming in, we're travelers, that we noticed coming in that the city is lit up by all these crystals around the city. What are those? Do those serve any sort of purpose, or
Oh, well,
other than to light to make look pretty?
It's low cost lighting. It's sort of one of our exports, and this sort of showcases how beautiful it can be. We sell it to other cities, other people, other individuals, other companies, um, other nations,
Right.
other continents.
Mhm.
But it's just it's a beautiful and but very low cost way of lighting versus oil or gas or anything else that typically used to illuminate a home. This charges once weekly with a little bit of magic. Doesn't take too much off the top, and it's covered for the week. You can set it on or off, and quite delightful. But that's where we get our nickname, the City of a Thousand Lights, and one of our most major exports. The crystals can be found out on resales. It's the only known location.
Beautiful. Thank you for the explanation. I
Of
appreciate it,
course,
Renee.
my pleasure. Would you like another points? Do you like your drink? If it's once
Oh,
especially.
please.
Glad you like it. Changes it out for you. Okay, and I'll pass it over to all of you in case you have any roleplay. If you don't, no worries. But it does feel
Do
good to get off your
we
feet. Mhm.
do we have a ship out in the morning? Is that what we're doing?
Well, sorry, go ahead, Ignatius.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I spoke with the dockmaster about. Oh, good news! We have the ingredients we need for Ash's problem. So the worm, the shepherd's worm.
Out it.
Yep, I made these. She holds up the vials. And then she's like, this one that's gonna help is called a potion of vigorous vitality. It's a work in progress. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with it or not, but I like it. I like it. And then this one is like a really cool like poison thingy.
Does that
What am I
vigorous vitality work for? And Grisora elbows Cappy a couple times, like,
Oh,
No, what?
Grisora looks at Shar, back at Catherine.
She's talking about sex, Catherine.
Oh. And she just gets like super like flushed. She just does it like, oh, I don't know, probably not. Okay, moving on. This one's called the Whisper Weave Toxin. I really, really think this is gonna be cool. So, anyways.
really cool.
In other conversations with the dockmaster, apparently all the experienced and better sailors are out on fishing trips for months for their winter fishing. So we're left with few choices um, as to ships and or experienced crew. Side note: the dockmaster also told me the a reputable captain, luckily, is still in port, but unfortunately is in jail for bar brawling. So that's just putting that out there. I don't know if it could be a possibility if you want to help a sailor out and maybe get a good captain in the balance. But I'll leave that.
Bar brawling's practically not a crime.
I can see how you believe that. And I apologize for dragging you to this. I know this isn't, it doesn't seem like you're enjoying this place, but I appreciate you coming along. And
Fine as travel the world, you need to learn how other people's, customs, and kind of glances at Catherine and weird beliefs, superstitions, taboos. I don't. That's fine.
Good to see you have an open mind about it.
The fish is quite edible.
A ringing endorsement coming from you.
Well, not real fond of the ocean, but
I haven't, experienced it much, so this should be interesting.
I'm sure Eris would have murdered me, but she's not here, so.
Nice, yep.
How's your meal, Shar?
Hmm. It's fine.
Ah,
Could use more turtles.
Yes.
Char, did you have fun today?
I would not say fun.
I didn't think so. And Grisera elbows Catherine again.
Ow. What did you do, Brazura? Did you have fun? What'd you do?
I don't even know if I remember. There was some music. She kind of pulls out her book. Oh yeah. No, there was a bard who sang adventure songs, and it and then I found myself in a bookstore and I saw an adventure. That's what I did today. I guess not very much. Sorry, that wasn't very helpful.
No, that's what book did you pick up?
So Grisera like happily pulls out this very like worn orcish book of like it's almost like a young adult adventure, but points it out. It's in orcish, so you may not be able to read it, but like starts talking about a plot that sounds like it's Twilight, but a little bit more basic. I don't know. So, but
Oh,
is
yes, I
completely
can.
engrossed in it.
What's the title of it? Pasha's asking.
The front page was ripped off, so I'm honestly not sure.
Dang it. Could I take a look?
Absolutely. Happily hands it over.
Thanks. And then she like flips through it, and then just like skimming over, she'll like like chuckle at a couple of sentences and like flip over like, oh, this book seems really interesting. I'll have to borrow it sometime. Here we go.
You're welcome. Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Nice.
I can read Orcish.
That's awesome.
See, you're not completely uncivilized.
Oh.
Supposed to mean.
Grisura seems to like belatedly realize what they've said. I'm sorry.
I mean, you're like halfway right, so it's fine.
I'm getting used to how other people live. I'm sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean anything by it, honestly.
No, like I said, you're like halfway right. Yeah. It's fine.
Yes.
Grisura puts her head down and just starts eating at a rapid pace without making eye contact with anyone.
Okay. Beautiful. Oh yeah, please. If anyone else has anything. Nope. Okay, tasty meal. They've got dessert here. Have a whole separate dessert menu. And really just to say it hits the needs of whatever you want here, probably, unless it's any home type food you're longing for.
Ash orders 3 desserts.
Nice. Okay. Delicious. All right, they're good. Let's see. The tab comes in. Let's see
Oh,
some
boy.
full meals and drinks and stuff. Probably 7 gold for the night.
Thanks, Ignatius. Appreciate it.
oh, you're all welcome for indulging me. Thank you. And he'll yeah, give our staff 10 gold total.
Oh, are you such a
Ash?
generous tip, sir? Are you sure?
Certainly. Yes, Ash. What?
No.
No.
Go ahead if you have something before Renee comes over, please.
Nope. I was just gonna say that Ash is gonna try to slip a coin into Ignatius's bag, but that can be done
Oh.
after.
Okay.
He collects and goes on her way. Uh, yeah. Well, in that case, Ash, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. And Ignatius could make. I guess you're not really present for it. What's your passive perception, Ignatius?
Passive.
Mm-hmm.
16.
Ooh, okay, got it.
Oh,
What'd you get?
I'm sorry. That's passive. Oh yeah, passive wisdom perception. 16. Yeah.
Nice. Or what'd you get, Ash?
Before I tell you my total, can I ask if we can do a DM
Oh my
a roll of
goodness!
inspiration?
Thank you, Steph. Yes,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah,
Just in
Don't
case
ask,
I'm
insist.
lucky.
Yeah. Woo! All right, everyone, go ahead and roll their DM inspo. And Warren, let me know what you get first.
12.
Okay, 12. Steph, what'd you
I
get?
saw that.
4.
A 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Frank.
18.
18. Okay. Lil.
18.
18. Ooh, and Tasha.
12.
Woo! I rolled a 3, as Lily can see here too, just to attest. So you actually did get lucky, Steph, and you were closest. Can you confirm that's a 3 for me?
All right. What is the die I can roll for that?
Yeah,
D6.
let's see. Yeah, D6 currently.
What did you say your passive perception was, Frank?
16.
Did you have to get very lucky again?
Vision.
I wouldn't even make it. I wouldn't even make it, even if I
okay.
rolled a 6.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll save it.
What do you want? What pose do you want to be caught in, Ash, as you're trying to slip that into his back? Like at which stage?
Like with her hand like fully immersed into his bag.
You turn to say something, Nacious, you feel that resistance of an arm in your bag?
Right. It's like, oh, and it'll turn and see Ash, and he's like, "Can I help you find something? Do you need something?"
I was just wanting to help out, so she
Oh.
just lets go of her grip on the gold and like slowly pulls her hand out.
Do I see the gold fall into my bag, so to speak?
With the 16, yeah, I think that's the part that gets revealed. Yeah, I think it makes a little sound anyway. You know, you hear it drop in.
Okay, so I'll reach into the bag and pull it out and think about it for. You know what? I thank you, and I would not. It would be rude of me to refuse your offer.
Mhm.
So I'll put it in my coin purse, and I thank you for the thought.
Okay.
I've done well, not great, but for everyone else around here, I think I've done all right with my maps and stuff. So as I said, I just needed a good meal tonight, and I thank you for the thought. Very, very kind of.
It was wonderful. Thank you.
I'm
Of
glad
course,
you enjoyed
of
it.
course.
How was the desserts?
Well, desserts were. I mean, I'm guessing they were great, Dan.
Oh, they were great. Yeah, it's a good shop, good place.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, and everyone. I hope everyone else enjoyed themselves.
Oh yeah.
Ash looks at Rosora.
Because everyone does. Oh, awesome. Where are you all headed for tonight to stay? Are you? You've got the Siren's Call, which is the officially approved sex workers guild establishment. There's the Fleeced Repose, which is pricey, and then Ash had heard about anyway. The Waves Crest. The guard did not mention it. The Waves Crest as a third location.
There's a bard performing at the Siren's Call.
Oh, well then let's go to the bard place. Let's go to Siren's Call.
Fun.
Are you okay with that, Catherine?
Yes. Why? Yes. Yeah. Why wouldn't I be?
Okay, I just didn't know, like, not
Because
meaning
sex.
anything. I just.
What? What'd you say?
They're worried that you're uncomfortable with sex.
Oh. 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 Let's go.
Okay, all right.
Her
Yeah,
wings
that's
come
cool.
up to like shield her face.
The
Siren's call.
purple blushes in
Grisor,
her face.
lead the way, Grisor.
Oh, I have no idea where it is. Just
Oh, I thought you had been there.
it's at a different place. We'll find it.
Yeah.
I mean, the guard probably gave us a general direction, right?
In general, and you can have
Probably.
Smith's guards. It's not a
No.
heavy guard presence, but there are, guards, a light constabulary force in the street, so you can stop and ask for directions.
I don't think so.
Or you can walk around. It's not hard to find. What's that, Grisor?
Grisura will kind of follow along beside Shar. Are you the older sister?
Sorry, what was the question?
Are you the older sister?
Yes.
Thought I detected a certain amount of younger sibling tweaking there.
I suppose.
All right, let's go. This should be good.
Guys.
I mean, technically, we're both younger and older siblings. I'm just older to her.
And she's older to you?
No, our other siblings.
Oh. Big family? I mean, like, tall? Never mind.
Their average height.
Yeah, so am I.
I don't want to take this and move on. I just want to see how long this beautiful conversation can go on for.
Deadpan, like average height. Like I know.
Awesome.
Continue, please.
It doesn't take you all too long to find the risen. Wait, Dan, where are you? The Siren's Call. There we go. Yeah, beautiful establishment, very large building, definitely gets a lot of traffic. It could probably house like a good 50 people, 50 rooms. There's 4 different levels. There's a whole open area where you go in and you are seen at the desk. There's couches to sit down. There's stairs to go up. There's also up the stairs in that initial entryway people from the sex guild that are sort of showing their wares, as it were, advertising up and down those particular things. But they're not approaching. It's an establishment that there's guidelines. You approach them, they're not going to harass you if you don't have any interest. Okay, and you all approach, or whoever goes up to the main clerk. And there's a dwarven woman that's behind the. Oh, welcome all of you. And 6 of you for staying for the night or staying longer.
Good night.
Well, looking at a separate rooms or any joint rooms. Try to
Both
if
Two of
you.
us will share.
You know, Catherine Shar might have had plans tonight.
I did not.
Plans? Okay.
All right. So room for 2 of you, and then individual rooms for the other 4. All right. Now, let's see. It's 2 gold for the 2 of you. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. That'll be a perfect 1 gold for the night for the lot of you.
I'll hand it over.
Very much. Pockets out. All right, keys. There you go. If you take a longer stay, it's 2 silver per room. But if you take a longer stay, there's usually a bit of a discount for at least a week at a time in case you enjoy your stay here. And just finish passing everyone's keys out.
Hey, Catherine, it's a discount if it's longer.
A couple of the people on the
What?
stairs giggle. Yeah.
I mean, she's just like, well, yeah, she just like they just said it was for a week.
It's another sex joke, Catherine.
Oh, god damn it!
Nice. Well, if you have any interests, of course, we are partnered with the Sex Guild, so everyone's good, looked after, taken care of, and such. And no one will approach you here in case it's not your cup of tea. Looks over at Catherine now. But uh, so don't worry about that bit. But you're welcome to approach anyone that's advertising, shall we say, and they'll tell you their rates. So, I hope you enjoy your stay. There's of course free breakfast in the morning. He sets out about 8 o'clock in the morning. And if you have any questions, just come on down here. Someone will always be here at this desk to answer. If you have any, there's a show tonight in the lounge.
Go on.
Gosh.
Unfortunately, Dan can't go on, but
Yeah.
it's still what Grisura would have said, and I'm not
Dan
just.
doesn't go
tormenting
on at
Dan.
all.
Dan's dying. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Hotel clerk keels over.
Yeah.
No.
All right. What's the name here of this person?
Whoa! Hold on. Friday Night has a long
Hmm.
tradition of not asking the names of people
Oh
behind
my
the desk at
goodness.
hotels.
You're right. You're right. That's awesome. It's true.
We can do it different. It's a new campaign.
You're totally fine. There's a few shows tonight. There's Gatlabre Elenith is here to perform. They're a long time visitor, and they are performing tonight. There's a couple, and she goes on to talk about a couple other shows for tonight. Of course, Sex Workers Guild has a few productions, which is mainly, it's the main other stuff aside from this bard singing tonight. Lounge is this way. Bedrooms are on the 3rd floor. Have a lovely night.
Thank you.
All right. Is everyone headed? Anyone going to the lounge? Anyone heading to Betty Bye?
All the shows.
Nice.
All the shows.
Awesome. Here's some good productions all around, but I'll get to that. So Grisura's watching shows. Ash, what are you doing?
I have a couple of things that I want Ash to be doing. So I mean, you can come back to me if you want to
Mm-hmm.
get everyone else.
Let
But
me do this.
Okay.
As you are sort of stepping away from the main desk to kind of figure out what you'll want to do among one another, she chimes back in. Oh, and the bathrooms are right here in case you need.
Oh,
And with that, we'll take a bio break. So, A, you can all consider, and B, I'm sorry I didn't catch your time. So for anyone who doesn't know, we take about a 10-minute bio break. We're going to go knock that out, and we'll catch you in about 10. Our audio will be hot, so chat with us if you want, but we'll see you in 10. Here we go. Bathroom's on the right. Yeah.
Dan,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
So sex
apothecary-
is... Oh, sorry.
No, oh my god.
I'm just being silly. Sorry.
Listen, this is the only character who's probably going to ever be naive about this. No, the apothecary
Yeah.
worker. Did that name just come out of thin air?
Yeah.
Or are you pulling it from? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Capesk or whatever. Why? What's it from?
Daxel's last name is Capesk.
Shut up. Wow.
And it's funny. Well, Daxel
She's a
said
lizard woman.
That's what I was like. That can't be a coincidence. And she's apothecary, which Daxel loved to brew poisons. Like she loved that. And I'm like,
So
that can't be a coincidence.
that must be a deep brain pull then. To put it all together like that must be like maybe it's another part of me not getting any sleep. Brain sleep.
again
Hey,
entered a dream state for a couple of
intuitive.
minutes.
Okay,
I was
so
just like, that name looks so familiar.
nice. So now
That's why.
Kapeska is maybe early 20s and has all of Thaxel clothes. So that's 100% Thaxel now.
I mean,
In this
Axel's in
timeline.
the Oh, in the
In this,
timeline.
yeah, pulled from another prime, whole different life ahead of her that, never losing family, never any of that, and then grew up here. It was born and grew up here.
Good for her. Okay,
I
that's
love
fine.
that.
As long as the other one's, ruling the Feywild with Tassos, we're fine.
Yes, yes. Oh,
Be
that's
back.
awesome. Okay, yeah, that's right. Let me go. Louise. Oh, go my ways.
Steph, I got a new tarot deck in today that I kickstarted. and it's so pretty. I haven't opened it yet, though. But that's a little sample.
I was muted. Tasha, I was telling you that the cards were beautiful and that I was like, I see them. I was like, oh my man. And then, yeah, they looked lovely. They looked lovely. That's really cool.
I love it. I follow her on Patreon. She does like she'll mail out postcard art pieces every month. So I've just been collecting a book full of them, and I love the artwork. And so she's like, "Well, I've always wanted to do a tarot deck." I'm like, "I'll fucking kickstart that like yesterday." So, yeah, finally got it in, and then she included like some extra goodies, which hello, love extra goodies.
Nice.
Anyways,
yeah, it's
yeah.
so that's one of the things I've seen where like that's like one of the most difficult things that you can like try to do because there's so many illustrations. You know, everything has to be different. And
Yeah.
so yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, excited. So I will dive into that this weekend.
Yay.
Yay. I'm also not working on Kethrie's snood because I'm very behind with getting Gregory done from Tuesday because our Comic Con is like in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And I'm busy tomorrow. I've been just like so busy. So I got just a little bit done on an ear.
Aw.
I
nice.
redid this like 20 times at the beginning of the session. But now we're fine. We're fine.
Aw.
Fine. But coming along.
Oh my god. All right. Here's my these. It's this one. We give you all in Zoom little some music or More for like a tavern, but I think it'll do. All right, let me bring us back seas. Some seagulls in the tavern here. Just kidding, they're outside. Make a note that this is Staxel now. Staxel, Capask. All right, and adjust the age.
Yeah, I went back to double check. She labeled it as like Thaxel of the Capesk clan. So like
Really?
Capesk was like the surname ish. They didn't really have surnames, but that was attached to it. So that's so funny.
Insane. They have deep brain pull clearly because they were lizard folk and everything.
Yeah, well, that's why I was like, that can't be a coincidence.
It's-
So cool.
I
though.
do love pulling in like from other timelines, right? Other primes into here, so amazing. I'll have to do that more. All right, so I guess I'll check in. Ash has numerous things, so let me put a pin in Ash just to go around and see if anyone has any. Ignatius, are you settled on what you want to do, or do you want to wait and see what Ash has got cooking?
Well, to start off, I think Ignatius would be polite and sit with Grezor and watch like the first show,
Mm-hmm.
and
Nice.
then like, okay, had enough. All right, enjoy your evening.
Okay, so at least first show for Ignatius.
Right.
Shar, how about you? Just to get the timeline for tonight, see who's where.
Yeah, sure.
Fine. We'll proceed to Catherine. How about you? This is the bard first.
Oh, the bard?
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, she's staying with Shar.
Air should probably sit through everything. She's probably all about this. Ash, let me check in with you since you've got a few things.
Okay. All right. So Ash will just kind of break from the group after, them going into the shows and whatnot. And Ash is going to first get on her broom and go flying out in the city for probably an hour. Just kind of looking. But before she heads out to fly away, she's gonna see, is the person that checked them in still there?
The person checked in? Yeah, absolutely.
She's going to stop by, and excuse me, have you, you work here a lot, I'm assuming.
I do, yes.
Have you, could I show you like a person's picture and you could let me know, not if they've done business with like but just if you've seen them?
Sure. See why not?
And she'll show them the drawing that she did of the person that she's looking for.
Yes, they are absolutely stunning. No, can't say. I think I remember this lovely person's face. I'm terribly sorry.
No problem.
Friend of yours?
Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
I hope you find them. Hope they meet up.
Thank you. And then Ash is gonna go and, as I said, fly about the city for an hour, just kind of like looking. Are the shops and stuff still open, Dan, or is everything pretty much closed down? Okay.
No, it's open for another couple. It gets dark early, but there's still like a couple hours left of shopping.
Okay. She doesn't see any like mystic shops or anything as she's flying around.
There's like component shops and things like that,
Yeah.
but not necessarily mystic.
Okay, gotcha. And she'll fly around for an hour, just kind of looking. I'm assuming she doesn't see anything. She'll fly back, and then she's gonna go up to her room and take off her mask. And Jesus,
Yeah.
and just go into their room and close the door.
Okay.
Just kind of like sit on the bed. Take off the mask. Hello, can you hear me in there?
Can you make just a straight charisma check? I guess I'm just gonna use to see.
Charisma check.
Hmm?
Oh. That is an 18.
Okay. Just had to be a 16 or higher. You get a little. It's not common. It's just thoughts that are shared. And it's sort of like to roughly translate the thought. It's a hello, but like a child's hello, you know.
Hi. I hope you're okay in there.
An acknowledgement of good. And then sort of a question for you. Like, you? You?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. I'm starting. I feel better. But sorry I've had to keep you covered up today. Hopefully you've been able to breathe in there.
Difficult.
Oh, okay. I think tomorrow, I'm going to try to maybe put you on another friend. On an animal? Would that be
Yeah.
okay?
Rough translation is, did I do something wrong?
Oh, no. It's just not usual for people to have things like you in their noses with the people that I see. But if you're in an animal friend, you could help them out. You could make them stronger.
I'll go to someone else.
Yes.
Is it safe?
I'll make sure that you get put on a very safe and strong animal that you can help out.
There's a feeling of like complete trust. That's probably the symbiotic part of this parasite. They're completely trusting this is safe and they'll get to it. You promise.
Okay. I'll be sure to let you know when we're doing it and to keep, to check in on you, okay?
An acknowledgement. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'll keep working hard for you until then.
Okay. Rest well.
Too.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's, depending on how late it is, if it's a late, she'll probably just go to sleep. If not, she'll go down and just join the rest watching the show
Okay.
without the mask.
Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah, you come down. It does its thing, like trying to sense, and then kind of engage. It doesn't stay out all the time. Once it gets kind of a lay of the
Yeah.
land, and kind of goes to where it's protected. But it
Okay.
does. You do get a feeling of like it's a little nervousness at the crowd, but then an
Yeah, she's
appreciation of being able to breathe. Yeah.
okay. Okay. All right. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. So for the first hour, for the first show, you'll be sort of out and flying.
Yeah.
Leaving, I think, everyone else with Grisura and the the bard. Of course, you recognize a bard from busking on the streets earlier. And they begin their set. Oh, sorry. Oh. Later. All right. And so they do, just as you heard before. It's a different selection, Grisera, than you heard earlier of tales. But it's pretty interesting for anyone that has any interest in storytelling. They do a really good job. Like, they get into it and kind of walk through the crowd and build the crescendos and come down for the other moments. And some is song, some's more of like just a poetic retelling of these big events. But they're very detailed and very like captivating. Definitely captures the spirit of the moments. A lot of adventures, different creatures, different locations, different wild things that have happened. And when they end, before the next person comes on, they thank everybody. Let me get their thing back up here. And you'll see them sort of walking around with the crowd. So I guess I'll check in with everyone. Now that the first show's done, the bard is kind of going table to table, just talking to some of the folks. Is there anything that any of you would like to do before the next show?
Catherine's crocheting.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Ignatius will excuse himself and wish everyone a good night and head up to their room.
Okay. Right. Eris is probably going to be here for the night. I think this is definitely her jam. And Shar, do you want to stay down here with Kethri as she's crocheting? Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm doing whatever Char's doing. So if Char's staying here, then Catherine's going to reluctantly stay and crochet.
Okay.
That sounds like a challenge.
I know.
Nice.
I know.
Yeah, Tasha said, Catherine's doing whatever Char... Oh, okay. All right, you're plugged in. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, yeah, so before the next show starts, Ignatius takes his leave. Ash won't be here quite yet, because first show was flying around. Now it's a little bit of that time upstairs to kind of communicate, so Ash will be here soon, but not quite yet. The, where's their name at? This wonderful bard. There's that. Them. There we go. Calibre, LNS. They come over and just, thank you all for your patronage, right? I trust and hope. Did you enjoy the show?
Reserve will tip 5 silver.
Oh, thank you. So generous. Oh, I can't believe I saw you earlier today. Welcome. Thank you. 5 silver. Such an wonderful group of you travelers, are you? Pulls up a seat. Not to sit at the table, but just a little to the side. I'm a bit of a traveler myself. I've been here for some time, of course, but I have a purpose here in town before I can hit the open road again. But it does call to me. Do you have any interesting tales you would wish? I always love hearing good stories of adventure and otherwise. Nothing tonight.
Insight check? What's this guy up to?
Oh, yeah, go right ahead, sorry. Yeah. In fact, the DC is going to be a little low for you. We've
7.
Nice. Okay. That's okay. The DC is really low because this is effectively in the same way Grisura, like just kind of ear to the ground. What's going on, stories and things like that. They're just trying. They seem to be trying to do that sort of thing. like, do you have anything interesting I can use for my thing? And they also just seem to have a genuine interest and stuff. You can tell that if no one answers, they're sort of like moving along. They're not gonna leave it out there and be pushy. Well, I see. Nothing. Nothing. You're just here to enjoy yourselves, of course. My apologies if I've been too forward. Uh, well, I do hope you'll see me at another show. I'm here until until I finally witness the. Have you heard the tales of the large, dangerous sea creature that hunts Reese Isles, the waters around Reese Isles? No.
No.
Well, quite a few grand tales, but nothing on the books yet. I'm here to see to do that exactly. I've yes, been a bit of my story anyway. Been here a little longer than I wish to. Ships always out at sea with these fishing, but in between, I like to charter ships. I'm one that likes to experience these things for myself, rather than just write tales from secondhand knowledge. I feel that it helps me create song and tale from a genuine place, rather than just the imagination. um, anyway, I do hope you like the tavern, the inn rather. It's quite a lovely place. Um, they've accommodated me here ever since I was kicked from the Wave's Crest. Unceremoniously, I might add. Nothing I had done wrong. Well, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening, and hope to see you at tomorrow's show. Very well.
Can you tell me more about the creature from Reese Isles?
Oh, I'd love to. Kind of scoots the chair like in your direction. Yes, well, this creature is told to. There's a number of different accounts. In one, it's a very long serpent that dwells under the water, lifting ships up on its back as it passes by. Rather large creature. Others say that the creature can both fly and rather large in size. Sometimes blotting out the sun as sailors take stock of direction and wind. A creature of such size, a flying creature of such size, would be beyond my fathoming. But I do hope to see it so I can put it to pen and put it to word myself.
Hmm.
Odd thing to say.
It's quite exciting, but I do have a penchant for this sort of adventure.
Okay.
Yes, well, I can tell I've likely taken up a little more of your time than I should have, but again, I wish you all a pleasant night. Anyway. Get up and push the chair back in at your table. And they head off.
That's where he was making eyes at you.
Nice.
Why? Well, fuck. I mean, I'm used to that because I know I'm like you don't see a lot of like me.
Tall women?
Sure. Tall, winged.
Yeah. Oh, you have wings. Oh.
Yes.
-%
been?
going crazy.
Zero looks over at Char and seems equally surprised at Char.
Oh,
That's right, I knew that.
Gonna go back to my crochet.
Head down. It's about the time, Ash. You'll even pass the bard as you're kind of entering this room. They're leaving, Ash, and you see everyone at the table. They think you were coming down here after. Yeah, because you're going to let without the mask this time. Yeah.
Yeah. She'll go over and sit down.
Where's your mask? Did you lose it? Do I have to make another one? Because I don't mind. I could do it.
No. No. The mask is up in my room. It was a little difficult for it to breathe.
Good.
Well,
Ash, are you in control of your own thoughts and actions? Blink twice if you need help.
Ash tries really hard not to blink. I'm in control of my own actions. I talk to it, and
You just said two things that mean opposite.
no. I'm in control of my own actions, yes. And I talk to the worm, yes.
does the worm have a name?
We're not asking that question.
Do
Oh,
that name
okay.
Wait.
It
I
has the name Parasite.
Ash is going to cover, kind of go like this. Do you have?
I need a drink. Grizzeric
You
gets
have-
up and leaves.
Nice.
Can I have one too? I'll stay here though.
Awesome.
Wait, drink or parasite?
Drink. She is concentrating on this right here that she's trying to crochet, so she wants to have people bring her drinks.
Nice.
Not the other way around.
Because you're stomping up. Ash, you cover and ask.
Yeah. Do you have a name? If you're still awake.
Doesn't even seem to register what a name is.
Okay. Don't worry about it. It's just a silly question. I don't think it has a name, no.
Oh,
Feels put at ease.
That's
You say
good.
that.
Stop talking to it.
No, because it understands me.
We're either going to kill it or give it away. Either way, it's best not to grow attachments.
Maybe we don't have to give it away.
I'm not giving you extra food to feed that thing.
No, it feeds off of me. It doesn't eat extra food.
okay, that's concerning.
It feeds off of the membranes and stuff in my nose.
Don't you need that?
Nah, new ones form, I think.
Not rapidly. I mean, I'm not very good with biology, but don't think that's how
It'll
that
be
works.
fine. I haven't felt any different since having it. Right, Dan? I haven't felt lightheaded or anything since getting sick that first time.
You got sick the first time. The head cold feelings have passed. It is, it's consuming a space up here, so there is a kind of a feeling of congestion, but not with pain. I'll probably just a little retcon in because I think that Thaxel would have given you. Oh, she's just Thaxel now. Would have given you
Yay!
all the info.
Yeah.
That the danger with being in humanoids is they're not intended for humanoids, and sometimes that can go wrong for the humanoid or for the creature. So some people live with it their whole lives. They just don't get it treated because they can't afford it or whatever. But sometimes it becomes more and more of a parasite, taking over more spots, more areas within than it would in a livestock. So there's dangers. I will put out there that there are dangers, but they're role based mechanically.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I've had a character before that had a lich inside of her, so it's fine. It'll be okay. Just kidding.
Okay, if I have to pin
That
you
should
down,
should not be where the bar is. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Well, Dan created
That's
the
not a
bar,
lich.
Lily.
Who look at me?
all your fault.
No, someone asked something. No, I think I'm going to. I want to find tomorrow. I want to find an animal that is strong and that it can live well in.
Grisura shows up at that moment with drinks, puts them down on the table, hears what's being said, goes back for more drinks.
Yay, more drinks! It's
Shara's
okay.
lost
We have a
interest in the
drink.
conversation has already turned back over to the show.
It's amazing. Ooh,
Well, we have a druid. I'm sure Ignatius can tell us by speaking to an animal, be like, hey, are you strong? Or maybe not even speak. I don't know how that works. I mean, I've seen it work.
Ignatius, can you speak to animals?
I'm not there. I went to bed.
He's
Oh, right.
I'm so glad I did.
Ash, we'll just say Ash still asks that, not realizing that Ignatius isn't there, and then turns to where she would expect Ignatius to be, and no one's there. Right. Sure. Yeah, that sounds like something that can happen.
I'll just grab one from a field tomorrow morning.
I want to be there when we choose which one that we want to put in. Please.
Death, you sadist.
Nice.
This has been very interesting, but I got to learn how to make new stuff. So thanks for getting a parasite stuck up your nose, but it needs to come out.
Just wait till you see the burlesque show. You'll learn lots of new things.
I was gonna say the first show is a burlesque show. Yeah, it's in my notes. It's here.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Because the bard's done, so now it's time for the burlesque show. They've got a couple hours of a drag show after that, and then they just have dancers that get nudie. They work for the guild, and it's sort of part of their thing to entice people.
I'm gonna quietly excuse herself once this starts happening to go back to her room.
Oh, okay. All right. Burlesque sisters. Boom, boom, boom.
No.
Ash is like, oh, damn it. I gotta go.
Damn it!
I saw Ash, you're heading upstairs though. For Betty?
Yeah, she'll just try to quietly slip out.
Missouri, you come back. Coast is clear. Third round of drinks. Not all right, yeah. Eris is kind of cheering on, the show. But it's a fun, it's burlesque, so it's a fun show. Fun take on some recent history and stuff with all that. Anything for anyone else tonight as the burlesque show carries on? The other shows? We're just enjoying the night and then head to bed.
Catherine's like, what? She's never been to one? We're just gonna say she's never been. So now she thinks like, oh, this is kind of fun.
Good. Very good. See the burlesque show, and then it's a fun drag show. A couple hours of that, and food and drinks, and then it's some dancers come on to strip and do their calling for clients. That'll be the end of the night after that. You don't have to stay through all of it, but I guess everyone's gonna go to bed at. Air's gonna stay until the end of the night.
Same with Grisura.
Grisura. Shar. Okay, so therefore, Catherine.
There will be no pressure from Grisura one way or another on this one. Or teasing. So.
What does she do? She's gonna excuse herself and go to bed.
Is that
Yeah, I think that
after the burlesque or after the drag show, but before the stripping?
after the drag show
Okay.
and before, well, she doesn't. I'll say the stripping show starts,
Okay.
and then she's like, "I'm not ready for this," and then
I've crocheted
quietly excuses
blinds,
herself.
yeah.
Yeah,
Little
it's like,
glasses on, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Rushing through out of the room.
I don't mean to look. I'm so sorry.
That's awesome. A deep purple blush, yeah. Beautiful. Shark, so you're staying with Eris and Grazura through the end? Okay, nice. The night wraps up. Good times. I'll please if there's anything you want to roleplay at the very end. Eris is just gonna applaud, be like, "Huh? I like this town knows how to do it. This is." And then
I don't know. I think I preferred the Fox's Fiddle, but yeah, it was good.
I wish I checked that place out while I was there. I forget if she did. Oh, she did do one. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, let's I think I'll need a good bit of rest before dealing with it's kind of like Ash is in bed, but like over to Ash's chair, like before everything we have to deal with in the morning.
Are you gonna do that the thing in the morning
I think that's what they were saying.
with Ash?
Am I? I'll be there to smash it if it needs smashing.
If you go do that, don't wake me up.
Understood. Nice. Or night here, heads to bed. Yeah, right. You can, nice. You can, if you need to, because we had a little battle there, be sure to mark off a long rest in D&D Beyond, if you need to. Okay, let's see. Morning comes around. So, do we kind of split off here? Do you want me to just tackle like Ash and Catherine, whoever's going with them, and then check back in with everyone else? Well, we'll try that. And let me know if you have any
Sure.
complaints. Yep. Who's going with Ash and Catherine this morning then?
Sure.
right.
Me.
I mean, if we're meeting up, Ignatius would ask Ash, "Would you like me to? Do you need me there, or are you okay?"
Oh, I think I'm okay. Yeah. You don't have to go.
You know what? I'll go.
Okay.
Grazura will not say anything and just tag along.
Oh, okay. Okay. Iris will go to Smash if smashing's needed. So. All right. Well, you all. I guess the first thing you need to do, so you can either go to Thaxel first and see, like, hey, where's livestock, or if you want to try and find some livestock on your own, you're welcome to.
Love to go talk to Thaxel again.
Nice, nice. Okay, I'm quickly looking at just some beasts that would be in this area.
Other than Shar and Grazura.
No, that wouldn't be there. That's too crazy. All right, I think that's. I mean, I guess, right? That would be in the area. All right, so sorry. So you meet back up with Thaxel. Thaxel. Now I forgot the other name. Capesk, yeah.
Thaxel Capesk.
Nice. Oh, good morning. Sorry, Thaxel sounds like this and this. This is the regional accent.
This is
yeah,
this is the multiverse other timeline Thaxel. So she can sound however she wants.
Awesome.
She sounds happy.
Yeah, the sweet thing had a healthy life without all the terrible stuff. Yeah, but welcome back. Here for right. I suppose we're going to need some livestock. I tried to put together a list of a few things that I know are in the area. Oh, thank you for the raid. Got punch RP hearts. Right, so I went about town this morning, again to see just what else I could find, but it's not quite the selection I was hoping for. Here's what we have. One of the trappers has recently caught something is a bit on the larger side, but it's a brown bear. A little bit than your typical livestock, but pretty healthy, rather strong. There's cows, of course. There's pigs. There's some a couple of boars as well that have been trapped. And they're a bit on the stronger side too. Well, down at the docks they caught I think it's that. I mean, it's rather frightening, but well, it might be not the best option, but it would thrive in this. It's a giant crab, a huge giant crab. And yeah, it can work in water and air and such the way that the crabs can. The local rancher has some giant eagles, but wants to charge if we use them. And then, of
Sure.
course, there's just some draft horses. The local coachman said would be fine. Again, makes the animals stronger. So, he doesn't mind if we use them. But those are the options we're looking at. It's not quite a grand selection.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Just one second. I'm just gonna turn away from everyone and just be like, do you have a preference? Did you hear any of those and understand? Or
I didn't. No, I didn't hear. I
okay.
don't seem
Alright.
to.
No worries. Okay. It looks to Ignatius. And kind of like between Ignatius and the shopkeep. Which one of those options has the longest lifespan? Generally.
Ooh, I would say. In this case, probably the giant crab.
Okay.
Horses aren't too bad. Not the boar, not the pigs, not the cows.
Yeah.
Maybe the brown bear. But I really think that your best bet, as long as longevity, be the giant, the huge giant crab.
And the water won't hurt it, do you think?
No, we'd be fine with that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I want to go with something that will live for a while. Because I believe it's just a baby. So I want to give it some time to live. So yeah, I think if we can, I would like to try and do it on the crab.
Sure.
Crazy.
Harbor Master's looking after it right now, so
We just go down there and just be like, "Hi, we want to
I've spoken
speak
with
to your
him.
crab."
So
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
it'll be released if you use it. It'll be released. I convinced them to, obviously we don't
That's
want to
kind.
just cook it. We want it to
Right.
live. So he's agreed to release it. Take a
Okay.
skip out, get it a little further away.
Perfect. Thank you.
Close. All right. Well, I'm with you if we're heading down there.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, you all head out of the shop, Axel's shop, with Axel heading with you, navigating your way down. That's awesome. To the docks, and you down to the dockmaster, Frank Greslin there. Oh, welcome. Oh, how's Ignatius, right?
Yes.
That's a boy. Right. Well, I'm surprised you were all together. I'm a little bit just intrigued, and but sure over here, and brings you down to it's sort of he's using it as a pen, but it's like a couple steps down into the water in a little area just to usually keep some fish and some other things alive for a little bit for bait or otherwise. And there's a giant crab. I sedated it with what Capax gave me earlier. So
Yeah.
it should be nice and docile.
Okay.
For a little bit of
Perfect.
time.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna be over here. I'll be out of your way, but I'm just curious, so I'm gonna watch a bit.
Sure.
All right. Well, have at it.
Right. Catherine, now you got the stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm still like, not that never mind. It's not.
Catherine,
So-
do you have any questions about last night? That you're not comfortable asking your sister?
I'm like shocked. Like, I can't decide what names I'm actually gonna go with, so we can address that later as far as this potion. But I am ready
Okay.
when you're ready. She's blushing again.
So do we just pour it on it, and then do I just put my face close to the crab?
Drippers in your nose, drippers into
Okay.
its little nasal kind of cavities in its shell, and then you
Okay.
drip the solution along the yarn, whatever you're using to transfer.
Right. I created a very elaborate
Suspension
it looks
bridge.
like a yes, exactly. Thank you. That's
Sorry.
it is a suspension bridge. And it's like you got like 2 sticks and then like
Perfect.
the yarn.
Nice.
That'd be great.
All right. I'm ready.
Okay,
Okay.
hold still.
You gotta step down into the water. It's a little chilly, winter water, but you get down there kind of at that level. Catherine, you're able to kind of fasten everything as it needs to be. You apply the
Oh,
drips.
this is
Okay.
so gross.
Oh, wait. Should stop you before. Friend, we're about ready to put some stuff on you. Don't be scared. And we're gonna put you onto this nice big strong crab. And put you back in the water. Okay?
Feel a little sad, but okay.
Okay. You know, okay. All right. Okay. That just takes a moment. I'm ready.
Okay, breathe. Deep breaths. Okay. Don't really like breathe this in. But just stay still. Don't breathe through your nose.
Drip, 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 drip.
Do the drops.
Nice. Cold solution kind of hits the inside. Ooh. Tickles as it's kind of moving around, and then you feel the parasite moving around kind of behind it, following the trail as it starts to the drops start to run out of your nose, meeting up with solution on the suspension bridge. It seems to be following, and it pauses just for a moment. To give the impression of, it doesn't know host and parasite, but it has the impression of, thank you. You've been a good host. and then continues. And you can feel it sort of, you didn't realize this attachment it had way in the back there, and you feel it kind of like
Tickling.
unattaching in areas in a goopy way out of your nose, and you can watch as way more volume than you were expecting comes out and crosses this bridge
Oh.
carefully, like it's still coming, still
Gross.
coming, still coming, still
Oh.
coming. It's almost over to the other side, still coming, and finally, bloop, and you feel the last bit of
Oh.
pressure come out, and it makes its way
Oh.
inside the crab.
This is a really good book.
Nice. And yeah, makes it into there safely. Thanks, Catherine. You can take, Thaxel's there, kind of keeping an eye, and but you've got this, Catherine. You take the bridge off when it's done, and then what do you want to do from there? Do you want to wait and see?
I'm gonna dispose of the bridge. I don't want it. I'm not taking that with me.
Ignatius offers to burn it for you.
I see.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Amazing. Okay.
Are you okay?
Oh, me?
Yes.
I'm fine. I'm good. Seems like a nice little worm. I just hope that it can stay alive on the crab for as long as
This
it
is a
can.
really good book. Anybody else want to read it?
It's safe to look.
Go worm, go free.
Nice. Yeah,
Live
it's just
well.
this it is a really, a huge, it's labeled as a huge giant crab. But they're huge in size. So it's taking up this whole bin. That's probably like 12 feet deep, almost 12 feet
Yeah.
wide crab. It's interesting. It has a very unique color too, being a very distinct like section of its species here. It has a lot of blues, not red like a red crab, but more like a main blue, where it's got like blues and
Oh.
purples and almost like those kind of galaxy colored waves, nebula
That's
kind of
beautiful.
colored shell. It is, yeah. And it's docile. It's been sedated. So you're all free to go. But if anyone's waiting behind to like check and make sure, let me know. If anyone's leaving, let me know. All right,
We
Catherine's
check
leaving.
and make sure.
Mm-hmm.
We check and make sure that it just gets released.
Yeah, well, just that it comes back to consciousness. It's been like it's mostly knocked out
Oh.
during the process. So.
Ash will definitely stay and wait.
Okay. All right, Ash is staying. Catherine, outie. Grisura out. Ignatius is out.
No,
Grisura-
I'm
Oh, you're
I'm
staying?
waiting, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, waiting to make if Ash is staying. Yeah.
Okay.
Ignatius is
Grisura? You want to bounce?
Somebody please grab Grisura from behind their book and let them leave.
Eris,
suffering.
Eris will get you, yeah. Right, but yeah, they're done with that. Let's go. Tell me more about Fox's Fiddle. You're able to head on out. Shar, are you going with Catherine or are you staying?
I'll head out. I want to see if there's any boats that we can rent that Eris could drive to, or sail or
Okay.
whatever.
All right. Well, let me jump on that then, and we'll come back and check in a little bit. Shouldn't take more than a half an hour, based on the dosage for that to wake up. All right. So Shar, you're checking on boats. Catherine, are you going with Shar now that you've left? Or you have some other stuff you want to do?
No, she'll tag along with Char.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Nice. Eris and Grisura, well, really Grisura, do you want to go with Shar with all that, or do you want to go with Grisura, like, into town? Check more stuff out?
Who was that to me?
Grisura, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Just to see if Grisura wants to go with Shar to look at boats, or go back into town to look at other stuff.
Boats? Oh no, not boats. Town. Boats are scary. Boats go in the water. No, no, that's not good.
It's the one that's coming down into the ground. And you and Eris headed to continue the tour of the city. Shar and Kethri, you make your way down. You're looking, so you left the dockmasters. That's who was there. Let me know if you want to stop and talk to him on the way out, or if you're just going down to the docks to see what boats are around and available.
Maybe we can ask him first.
Okay. He kind of gives you the same rundown as he had Ignatius, where there are some boats, some small boats that are for rent. Most of the big ones are out on the shipping on the fishing season for winter. He doesn't know who's sailing these smaller boats. They're all like new people that have come into town. The boats are they probably can go to resales, but the weather has to be good. The ships aren't big enough to like weather a rough ocean. But the price is really cheap, as he understands it. Alternatively, there is one ship that's a proper fishing ship. It can definitely handle the open seas and anything it's going to throw at him as well as any ship can. But the captain is currently in jail for getting in a fist fight or so. Missed the fishing season, and but does have a boat. Might have some bail on their head, but they're at the local jail. Would you like to go? Or what would you like to do with that info, if anything?
Mm,
Jail?
I guess wait until the whole group can regroup and we can
Okay.
figure out how we want to handle the situation.
All right.
Catherine wants to suggest walking towards the jail so she can have a little chat since they're alone.
All right, Shar and
Okay.
Kethri, I'm gonna let you just slip right into that. You two are begin walking into town by yourselves.
Um. So Grisura was telling me about making a poison for you, and I guess for me too, because I'm not thinking that I don't know what they would do if they also caught up to me too. So are you sure? Like, have you thought about all of the possibilities before I try to find something as a like safety precaution? I don't know what I'm.
Of course, ideally, we don't get caught. Ideally, we fight them all. But should we be unable, I'd rather die.
That's fair. Um. Okay. Because I've already made one. I don't think it would be the best. It would probably take too long. I don't know. I'll play around with this. I don't I don't like this, but now I get to add somebody else to the list of people hunting me down, so that would be great. And I guess it wouldn't be a bad thing to have something as a backup. So I'll work on that.
Hmm.
All right. Anything
Give me
else?
a
Or
sec.
yeah. Oh. Okay. Right, two of you make your way in, up into town. You'll probably, come by Grisera and Eris if you wish, although you don't have to. Meanwhile, Ash and Ignatius, who've remained behind, wait for the crab to rouse. While it was still knocked out, the harbor master put it back into like one of like a big. I'd say it's a crate, but it's opening so you can see in it. And everything just needs to be secure. It could be really dangerous, on its own. Um, and as it rouses to consciousness, it does sort of like it's trapped. It's not like furious and clicking everywhere, but it has its moments where it seems to sort of panic and kind of hit the sides of its cage with its big claw and everything. Seems to be okay and very healthy. It's probably young as far as a giant crab goes, huge crab. Is there anything you'd like to do as you see it rouse to consciousness?
If they don't start, is there any evidence that they're letting it go?
I'm so sorry. What do you mean by letting it go? I'm sorry.
Right, because isn't it they have it under captivity right now, right?
Oh,
Like they have it.
yeah. The harbor master's letting the crab go free. Gotcha.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, they haven't yet. They just have it. We're gonna transport it to set it free. So they put it in this big
Okay.
cage. And he's been talking to you like, I'm putting it in here to move it, but waiting for
Okay.
it to make sure it comes. But it is conscious now. I'm clacking around a little bit.
Okay. Ash will give like a little wave to bye to the crab. And we'll turn to the harbor master, and I don't know what you had set up with Axel, with Preston, but and she'll give him a piece, one piece of gold.
Yeah.
Just thank you. Yeah,
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Least I can do for Thaxel. She's good people, so you all seem the same. I'll make sure it's offshore plenty, so if it's gonna come back to shore, won't be round the port here. We don't want anyone else coming upon it, so
Perfect.
at a good
Thank you
distance.
so much.
Of course.
She'll turn to Ignatius and motion to go.
Do you head back into town? I'll say it doesn't take long for all of you to meet up, one way or another. Back in town within the next, it probably all took an hour. So maybe 10 a.m. right now. You've all regathered at in a street in the town. Where would you all like to go from here? I will say Shar and Kespri are headed at least, and I think Kespri said she's heading over to the jail. So you might be near-ish the jail.
And we know that they were going in the jail's direction.
I think no, you didn't know, but just everyone navigating the streets. I'd hate to make y'all like role play little things all over town. So just kind of DM hand wave, unless you want to be somewhere else. Otherwise, you're near the jail. You don't have to go there either, but that's just where you meet up.
I think Ash would want to like go with, like staying in a group if we can.
Yeah, and Ignatius was probably going to go to the jail anyway, so.
Okay.
So he'd be heading in that general direction and encourage Ash.
Meet up with Kethri and Shar, Grisera and Eris. Everyone on board with heading to the jail, or is anyone like?
But Ignatius would ask Ketri, any other options at the boatyard, or is this captain or only?
He's the same. I mean, you talked to him earlier this morning, right?
He just said it wasn't. He was pretty much the best option we had. So
Yeah, I'm not too keen on like being in a boat for a long period of time. Um, so I'd rather it be the best. I mean, that's just me personally.
oh, certainly.
And by the looks of it, Grisura, I'm sure feels the same way. Um, but yeah, I kind of want to go talk to the captain.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Well, you all make your way just, another half block over to the city jail. Of course, it's just jail, temporary place to be held before like getting arraigned and stuff like that. So, as far as you know, he's been sat here a good week. Um, you find your way into the jail, and it's all pretty open. It's not a huge place. You see 5 cells in the back through a rather wide open doorway, and here in the front, there's two, um, guards, officers that are here. There's a mass presenting halfling, stands about 4 feet, healthy, full build, large brimmed guard hat, and aviators.
Respect my
Uh,
authority.
yeah. And then there's a femme presenting half elf that seems about 5'5", also healthy, full build with the large brim hat. Um, and the gentleman answers first. Good day. What can I do you for?
I want to speak to
Sedgwick.
what's the guy's name again?
Sedgwick. Sedgwick.
Oh, Cedric. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Captain Cedric,
Oh,
please.
might I ask what business you have with Captain, the fine captain?
Yes, I need his services to commandeer his ship so he can help us across the ocean.
Leans back, looks over. I don't know, Esther Ray. What do you think? and the half elf woman's like, um, well, I don't know. I'd be looking guess we can give him a minute. Can't hurt to talk business. Hate to see Cedric locked up. All right. Got one of you can go back there for 1 minute. Or you can post his bail. You have as much time as you want.
How much is his bail?
Yeah.
20 gold pieces.
Really?
Oh,
I'll go back there.
Since
Shar walks back to have the 1 minute nights. Okay. All right. Shar walks back. You go 1 minute.
She'll kind of like side eye the guards as she walks through.
They're in little power trips, yeah. All right, you head back to so there's other people in other cells. You kind of call out for Cedric or whatever you want to do. Or he'll probably have heard this and been like, that's me. I'm down here, last cell.
What'd you get in a fight for?
Well, a bit ridiculous if you ask me, but I don't know. You're familiar with Bjorn Midstaval? I don't know if you've heard any of the rumors of that really dangerous pirate that's said to have set up shop here. But if you heard
Yeah.
that, Shar, then that's the dangerous pirate.
No, and I don't care to. What was the fight?
Oh well. I recognized some of the crew. My ship was attacked, you see, and some of the crew that attacked me on the open waters, were having dinner with Bjorn the night before. Put some of my crew in the hospital. So, when I returned to port after having most of my goods thieved, to report the matter, of course, those people nowhere in sight, no witnesses, or no one that was willing to step forward and say they were seen with this known ne'er-do-well. But he cost me quite a bit of my livelihood and hurt much of my crew, so I confronted Bjorn, which led to a fist fight.
That's all I need. Is your ship in good condition?
Yes, despite the attack, it was mostly just crew.
I just needed a yes. I'm sorry for your crew.
Thank you.
My party needs transport to Reese Isles.
Well, honestly, if it's just a trip out and back,
Yes.
you're willing to pay my bail, I see no reason I can't return the favor and love to get out of this cell. Back in the ocean. Missed my opportunity for Winterhall, so
She's already left and handed the 20 gold.
nice. Awesome. All right. Officer McGooden there takes oh right, thank you. All right. Well, I reckon all right, Esther Ray, let him out. Bail's been paid. Takes some stuff down in the ledger, puts the gold away, and Esther Ray goes back and unlocks the cell. And Captain Cedric Caskbow comes out, rubbing his neck, and well, good fellows, you're the lot that's paid my bail. Thank you very much. I understand your need of a captain and a ship.
How long until we can depart?
Well, we just need to stock up for the voyage. So I would say maybe the day, leave in the morning, should allow us time to procure food and the like, medicine. Okay. Any of you seafaring folks? Has anyone sailed before? I need at least one of the competent crew to sail this. Yes. Oh, you looks over to
No,
Ash.
I haven't worked the crew, but I've been on a ship before.
Right. Thank you, milady.
And Eris.
I'm sure Eris is
Eris
jumping
is
up and
like,
down.
Yeah, Eris
beat
will
me,
jump
yeah. Like, right, I could do that. Right, I'm your person. I'm at least worth 3 crews, so I've got you covered. And he's, alright, well then, yes, I think between you and I, and maybe you can show a couple of your, you might have to show a couple of your fellows the ropes. We can make it. I think we can make do. Let's get out of here and discuss exactly where you wish to go. Perhaps over some lunch? Looks
You buying?
pleadingly at all of
I suppose.
you. Unfortunately, most of my gold was stolen, as I was telling your compatriot, and starts going into like the story of the pirate attack and, fighting the captain, the pirate guy, and all that. I'm hoping, that perhaps you can accommodate lunch. You may need to also cover expenses. Just I think 8 gold should cover everything we need for the journey.
Fine.
Thank you, or rather, looking up. Thank you. Yes. Well, off to lunch and a discussion then.
Yes. And as they exit the jail, Ignatius will walk up to the captain, put a hand on his shoulder, and say, I have to apologize for my companion. They're overly talkative today.
Oh, well, this is going to be an interesting journey, isn't it? Yes, yes.
Certainly, yeah, hopefully a safe one.
Well, lovely. Let's discuss. And with stomach growls and yeah, and you all head off to make some lunch, make some plans, and that's where we'll end tonight's session. Yay!
Yay.
Well done. That was really fun. Lots of stuff around town. We got the little critter with the dilemma of them being sentient all sorted, and then a giant crab of all
Lily.
things.
Yeah.
It was good. It was so
You named
good.
it Lily?
I said
Ooh.
Willie.
Oh,
Willie?
Willie. Okay.
Nice.
Willie.
Apparently he won't.
Amazing.
Get out of here.
Love it. No.
No, come back. Come back.
That's so funny. Well, thank you. Players, as always, so amazing. Amazing role play, amazing like storytelling. You're all whipping up such great stuff. I hope that you all had fun tonight. I had a ton of fun. That was just getting to hear how you worked with everything. It was really, really awesome. Yeah, viewers, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Thank you for the raid, Gut Punch RP. And everyone that joined and followed tonight. We're gonna raid ahead to some of our friends Enchanting Sorcery, which you've been watching our newest campaign, Provenance. We stream every Friday night, 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern, and you can tune back in next week and find out, like, how this journey in the high seas with pirates in the air trying to find a dragon's lair out in Reese Isles. Come back and see how it all pans out. Yeah, until then, have a lovely night, everybody. Catch you soon. Bye.
Bye.
I can click buttons. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can.